The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports. Detroit's winning sports network.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. We are live at Dispo in Romeo, the world's only cannabis mall. Yes, we are out here, North Macomb County, my stomping ground. Speaking of that, Lukas Klotz here in. Lindsey Hunter was a late game time scratch, so Lukas stepping in. We have Spencer Raxter. We have BMG out here as well. JB Smoove lurking in the background somewhere, but you know how it goes. Lots of football to get to. Lukas, what's going on, man?
Oh, it's a good day. Obviously, I'm no Lindsey Hunter or Darren McCarty. Happy to be on this desk with you, Neal.
You're a Tiffin Dragon, though.
Tiffin Dragon, the ball knower with the fellow ball knower,
Really?
Spencer Raxter. Yeah.
Went to Tiffin? I never knew
Oh
that.
yeah. Well, I was recruited there to play DB, and then
instead you just were a DB.
And then they sat me down and they're like, you look around the landscape of college football. There's not many of your skin tone playing DB. We might want to switch you over to the offensive side. So I did. Played there for a year. Changed tires after that. And now I'm here.
Sounds about right. Sounds
the Toledo
about right.
pathway.
There was a time Tiffin. Let me see. Tiffin, Baldwin Wallace, a young Neal Rhul got recruited.
Oh yeah.
One time by those institutions. Did not go there though. Wasn't going to make a living playing golf.
See, and the thing is, I was sitting there, I'm like, I'm paying out of my ass to play D2 wide receiver right now. And I'm even looking at the guys on my team, and I'm like,
this ain't it, bro.
Yeah. the dream was fun while it lasted, but you got to give it up at some point.
No, absolutely. But yeah, Lukas is here in the building. Yeah, that guy 62. Jump into the WoodwardSports.com chat thread like that guy 62 says. Lukas got the call up. He did. Lions Troll just wants to remind everybody Sam Flannel sucks. Rack says Tiffin is a fine Division II institution.
It is. Just during COVID, there ain't shit to do there.
Yes, absolutely.
Not a thing.
Yeah.
Not a thing.
But yeah, tons of football stuff that we're going to get into. In honor of being here at Dispo in Romeo, it is a Big Bag Friday.
Big bags.
Big bag, right, Spenny?
Yeah, sacks on the table.
We put them out there for you to consume, for you to grab.
Yep.
You know what you think.
All your consumption needed.
All your consumption is needed. But yes, it is a big bag. Jake Wegener, Neal, the ball knower. I don't know about all that. I just know that, certain things happen time and time again. I was talking with our sales guy, Brady, and before the show started, he was asking me, Neal, Penn State, Ohio State, what's your thoughts? And he had this hopeful look on his face.
Yeah, he was hoping. Drew Aller.
Yeah.
The savior of the Nittany Lions? No.
And he's like, what do you think? How's it going to play out? You know how it's going to play out. Penn State's
going
to lose.
It's going to be close at first. It doesn't even matter if Kyle McCord's at quarterback. It does not matter.
No, Brady's a big Penn State guy, so.
That figures.
By default. Shout out Rob Parker, even though he used that in Lion slander.
That guy 62. Dispo's been calling me. That infused bubble hash joint has me fried right now. So
it'll get you there. They definitely do. I can't say that I did or did not indulge before the show. Can't say that I will or will not after, but I will say that they do the job.
they get you where you want to go. Chrome says Penn State, baby. I don't know about all that. Hey, I heard it was Jeff Iafrady's birthday today.
It is. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Hopefully you get a post.
Yeah.
He had to do some push-ups this morning.
Like when I opened up, the social media this morning, opened up the phone, you get the little alert, like the Facebook birthday thing.
Oh,
and it says Jeff Iafrady.
Probably like 50 of them.
Yeah.
From other people.
Yeah.
They all got a wish. It was the whole comment section. Instead of flannel slander, it was happy birthday, Jeff.
It was happy
today.
birthday to Jeff Iafrady.
Yep.
But I opened it up and I saw that profile pic of him with some staged photo shoot that's downtown somewhere.
That's all fake. Photo picture.
Yeah. Like, who does that? Like, that dude's always got a photographer following him. Why? Why?
It's his brother, but at the same time, like, his brother doesn't have to be taking photos of him.
He's Hollywood.
He is.
Fletch Lives Daily says Jeff could play defensive back. Pete Smith.
No. Jeff would get cooked. He knows it, too.
Pete Smith says, is there anything less sincere than a Facebook birthday wish? Here's what I do. And Pete, I agree with you, by the way. People don't wish you happy birthday on Facebook to wish you a happy birthday. They do it so they can say, hey, look at me. I'm such a good person.
Yep.
I wish you happy birthday on Facebook.
I don't know with Jeff, though, man. We were talking yesterday. He's got some Jeff bots. People that just, they love him.
He does have Jeff bots. I heard
does.
he pays for followers.
Subscribes.
Yeah.
You know,
Can we confirm that?
We cannot confirm.
There's apps on it. I'm sure you can where you can buy Twitter and Instagram followers. He might already be indulging in that.
Yeah.
But for
I'm
real,
sure.
what people that do that on Facebook that wish you a happy birthday, they're doing it for them, not for you, not to say happy birthday to you. They're doing it to say, I'm a good person. So you know what I do when they do that? I respond to every one of them. Every one of them. You're not making my birthday about you. So I don't allow it to happen.
This day is about me.
Yeah. I don't allow it to happen. I go in there. I respond to every one of them. I take back control.
You set the tone.
I take back control.
I just put out the post like, oh, thanks for the birthday wishes. Appreciate all you guys. And I'll like them.
Not even on Facebook.
You're
Never been a Facebook guy.
You on MySpace?
No. If I'm not on Facebook, why the hell would I be on MySpace, Rackster?
Hey, man. Don't call me Rackster. Klotz.
Hey, good name. Klotz. It's a good name.
Soft Jones says, I had this argument with my wife. It turns out Neal and the likes of me are just cynical. There are actual nice people out there. Yes, there are, but not on social media.
It's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Because
is fair.
actual nice people don't have to tell you how nice they are. They
is
just
true.
That is
be
true.
nice.
Yeah.
Very
You know
true.
what I'm saying? So it all makes sense. So happy birthday to Juicy J, Jeff A. And I don't know why you have a photographer walking around you all the time. You're not Kanye. You're not the Kardashians. But whatever. If it makes you feel good, Jeff, do it. Whatever.
Keeps the morale high.
Yes.
He's like a Royal Oak Kardashian.
Yeah. Royal Oak Kardashian.
Yeah.
Trying to think. If Jeff had a celebrity comparison.
More like a Clausen Kardashian.
Yeah, Clausen Kardashian.
Berkeley.
Yeah.
Hazel Park.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like the upscale side.
Shout out
of-
HP.
Yes. DMAP Zune. I do as well, Neal. I respond to all of them one by one. I do too, but I don't do it to say, hey, thank you. I do it to take the control back.
Neil responds, hey, fuck off.
No,
it is my birthday. You didn't need to remind me. I already knew.
You know what I do, Spenny? You know what I do is I'll respond and because you know what, about 80% of the people that you're friends with on Facebook, you probably have interacted with them in your life at some point.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I go way over the top, and I'll respond with like, yeah, I'll never forget that time we did so-and-so. You're not getting the glory, BMG. You're not doing it. I'm getting it.
Neil's the only birthday wish that he needs.
Yes.
It's himself.
That's fair.
He looks himself in every day, says happy birthday. Every day is his birthday.
It's true.
So there it was. Thursday night football last night. I navigated.
All
right. I got an alert that the game was close, so I turned it on. Now to be fair, I did say that I would. Jacksonville, New Orleans.
Yeah.
Was
That's a good game.
it's good enough.
Yeah.
It's good enough. So, Real Cream of Reed says Neal has butlers to say happy birthday to him.
That's true.
We are at the highest point. Now, we are in the highest point of Macomb County, literally, figuratively, all of that here at Dispo. But the elevation as well is physically the highest point in Macomb County out here. Brendan Dillinger, breaking news, the Lions trade Aiden Hutchinson for LeGarrette Blount. This LeGarrette Blount thing is out of control.
People saying they want LeGarrette Blount back or something?
Everywhere.
He's like 60.
I know.
Same with like the Fournette stuff. Like I get Leonard Fournette's much younger than LeGarrette Blount, but it's like the corpse of him. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Like no.
Trade for Chuba Hubbard.
LeGarrette Blount's egregious. I would probably still have a faster 40 time right now than LeGarrette Blount.
That's fair.
Not even a doubt.
You probably would.
But
Real
have
Cream.
you punched somebody in the face on Boise State?
Oh, LeGarrette Blount every time.
Yeah.
Take him. That was like. I don't care what anybody says. That rose his draft stock.
Yeah. Oh,
that,
for sure.
That made him a dog.
Yeah, for sure.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Real Cream of Wheat. I would rather take Marshawn Lynch at this point. That would be cool.
He was at Lions camp this summer.
He was. Thomas Bregman, breaking news: Lions trade Goff for Herbert. No, we're not going there.
What would you do, Neal?
What's that?
If they traded Goff for Herbert.
What would I do?
Yeah.
I would be upset.
Well, from 1 to 10, anger level.
Probably a 9.
You don't think Herbert could do it?
No, because I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be a 500 team.
You think Justin Herbert would make this a 500 team?
I have no reason to think he wouldn't. That's his track record.
Okay.
Even when a defense gets him
My
5
God.
sacks, even when a defense gets him 5 sacks and holds a team to 20 points in today's NFL.
They're always close games. I just think you give that man a competent head coach. It doesn't even have to be a Dan Campbell, Ben Johnson mind behind you. Just a competent head coach.
Yeah, Brandon Staley's a goober.
Dude, it's always something with Herbert. It's always the coach. It's always a defense. It's always a receiver. You know who it never is? It's never once been Justin Herbert. Why?
And I think he deserves some blame, but you can't deny the talent that
No.
Justin Herbert has.
Why is it never Justin Herbert? Why? Why?
In the national narrative is not, but like you look at last week, if he hits that ball to Keenan, yeah, we're probably talking about a different game. But at the same time, it's like
if he hits that throw to Keenan, if he doesn't throw a pick in the fourth
how many
quarter,
holding calls did the Chargers have? How many sacks did they give up? Like the Chargers just are always star-studded and then an absolute just hole in the roster.
Herbert only got sacked once.
He had pressure on him the whole time. They were getting drives killed by penalties. They would get across.
Just ignore the facts to your narrative and then keep it pushing.
Did I not bring up Keenan Allen? The Keenan Allen pass?
Right.
Like Herbert should have played better. I'm not saying that, but you put that man in a competent organization with talent around him. I think he's like a Josh Allen-esque quarterback.
Nick Pancone, Mr. Kearney would shred through the defensive lines, bring him home.
Hey.
Let's go down the field, get a tutty.
Hey.
I like Mr. Kearney.
Mr. Kearney's the man.
I wish I was good enough to be out there at Academy of Warren so I could meet Mr. Kearney.
When are we going back to Big Boy, man? I'm trying to have one of those bacon pretzel cheeseburgers.
And I actually want to mess with the Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich.
Yeah.
Dollar chicken sandwiches?
Yes.
That's what you call a bargain.
Dolly, not dollar.
This whole time I thought it was a dollar.
Lucas, you going to make it today? You going to make it through this show?
I'm a hungry man right now, and a
Yeah.
dollar chicken sandwich sounds amazing.
Nothing's a dollar anymore.
That's true. Even McChickens. Those
Arizona's-
things are like $1.30.
Arizona's aren't
Still
even
a dollar.
No, they're like
not?
$1.29.
Oh, they were like the ones that held their ground more than
Now,
anybody,
hold on.
too.
Now, a Fago 2-liter still got to be 99 cents.
No way.
I don't know.
Got to be. If not, there's nothing left to believe.
No,
The bottle
nothing,
itself
nothing is
probably is
sacred
99
anymore,
cents.
man. Nothing is sacred anymore.
I bet a Fago 20 ounce has got to be 99 cents. Has to
Has to be.
It like you can't go against your brand.
That's fair.
You can't do it. But no, I did tap into Thursday Night Football just at the end. So, I will watch that. I am not watching Panthers-Texans when they put Panthers-Texans on. I'm not doing it.
I mean, it might be entertaining watching C.J. Stroud drop 35 points, but it's not even be close. It'll be the number 1 and 2 picks. Give you a little hope. Maybe Bryce Young steps his game up and they score 17 points instead of 14 this week. Never know.
Let's go.
David Witt, shout out to the thumbnail. If you guys haven't seen the thumbnail, check it out.
It's got Flannel Sam sniffing giraffe nuts on it. So
It does.
There was no egregious comments from him today, though. He was pretty in check.
Wait a minute. Dusty, in Battle Creek, Fago is the same price as Coke. That can't be.
that can't be true.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way that is true.
Something's coming.
Now, David Witt disputes you. Says, I buy in Arizona every morning. It's still $1.
I get Arizona's from Speedway. It is $1.29, but with the Speedway card, cuts it down to $1. So maybe they're just running a little gambit over there.
They just
at
want your
Speedway.
marketing info.
They want the extra 30 cents.
Yeah.
Okay, and Jack Harrington, Sam Flannel, is a bum. Yes. All right, so here's how it's going to work today, guys. We got a Big Bag Friday, all football we're going to run through here on the Friday. We got Lions Big Bag, NFC Big, because we can do that now. We can do an NFC specific because those are the waters that the
Because we
Lions
don't care
are
about
in.
the North anymore.
No, the North is
relevant.
settled. That stuff was over after Thursday Night Football against Green Bay. That was settled then.
Yep.
So we're gonna get into that. We got a Michigan State Big Bag that we'll get to. We'll beat Spenny up a little bit more. I'm sorry, Spenny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
It's all right.
but you're game for it. So
Yeah.
So it's okay.
I have broad shoulders.
I can take it. I can take anything. But when we do get back, I do want to put this Harbaugh stuff to bed real quick because we put a reel out yesterday, and I got a lot of heat for my attitude about it yesterday. So I do want to just put that to bed. Then we'll get into the rest of the football. Is that fair enough? Can you roll with that?
Yeah.
Can you roll with that?
I can roll with it, Neal.
All right. We are live at Dispo in Romeo.
Tell us about Dispo, Lucas.
Oh, I will. Where we're at right now, Dispo. Experience Dispo Romeo team that curates an exclusive atmosphere mixed with a fresh inventory of Michigan's largest variety of products. The first ever cannabis mall of its kind, conveniently located off Van Dyke and 32 Mile Road off in Romeo. Dispo Romeo is now open late until midnight every day except for Sunday. Can it get any better than that? No, I do not think so. Dispo Dispensary at disposhops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Here for Fairway Packing Company. For over 60 years, Fairway Packing has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and, of course, dry-aged beef as well. Experience a Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods. Get the grab-and-go steaks. Best ribeye I've ever made on my own grill in my life from Fairway Packing Company. That is a fact. Order online at fairwaypacking.com.
What about Bullseye?
And after you cook up those Fairway Packing meats, make sure you check out the Bullseye Event Group down at Eastern Market. Sorry about that. Me and Kool-Aid are down there every home game. This next time will be October 30th for Monday Night Football. It's at Eastern Market, Shed 5, and it's going to be a bash. Starting at 5:15, the official Lions tailgate is back and better than ever. How would you like a pregame with Woodward Sports to be treated like a VIP? Food and beverages and entertainment all included. Get your tickets online today at bullseyeeventgroup.com. Or some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on IG, and direct message us Lions VIP. Glad we got through that one.
Keeping it pushing here live at Dispo in Romeo. Neal, Rhul, Lukas, Klotz in a late edition for Lindsey Hunter. We have Big Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter as well. All of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in to there and get your thoughts out there. Now, we do have some breaking news.
We do?
We do. Burn in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. $1.19 Fago at Myers confirm. I have eyes on it, Neal. It's over.
It's over.
We got live reports from Meyer. I love
Boots
it.
on the ground.
Boots on the ground. Fucking love it.
That is why. You guys are the best, man. Freddie Wise. Lukas is intimidated by Neal. Is that true?
That would be the farthest thing from the truth. Respect. The respect is there. Fear is not.
Fear is not?
Fear
okay.
is not.
All right.
Lucas fears no man.
No. Cut from the 419.
Yeah.
Steve O'Baby says, my favorite is Rock and Ride. There's no doubt.
No, Rock and Ride sucks.
Wait.
Rock and Ride.
Wait.
Rock and Ride sucks.
What is it?
You suck.
I'm not a Rock and Ride guy.
What are you gonna hit me with some dumb shit like grape or something like that?
Moon Mist.
What are we talking about right now?
You're from Ohio. You don't know.
Moon
Get with
Mist?
Moon Mist?
Just broke ass Mountain Dew,
Yeah,
man.
what is Rock and Ride? Rock and Ride's like stupid root beer.
No, it's not. It's Rock and Ride.
Rock
It's
and
a
Ride
unique
sucks.
flavor. They don't just rip it off somebody else. It's goated.
Rock and Ride sucks.
No, you suck.
Moon Mist
Spenny.
#1, Red Pop #2.
Red Pop.
Cream soda
Oh,
sucks too.
just take whatever they tell you is great. Okay.
Red Pop's good. Rock and Ride.
Nowhere near Rock and Ride.
Rock and Ride's trash.
No. It's goated. Anyway, there's years of research on this, Spenny. I require you to look it up.
The only Fago flavor I ever knew is when, like, the girls that would come in first period with the hot Cheetos, and they'd come in with, like, a cotton candy Fago. It's only Fago that I've ever known.
Oh,
They're not really like that in Ohio.
Yeah.
See, here it is. And we're not going to make this a topic, but I will read this one. Thomas Begeman says, Moon Mist is the Zach Wilson of Mountain Dew. There you go.
I mean, yeah, I'd rather have Mountain Dew, but Moon Mist is the best Fago.
No way.
Red Pop's #2. Grapes up there.
Not a grape soda guy.
George
I like
Eagle.
grape soda.
George Eagle, Rock and Rye and cheese popcorn for the win. See, there you go. That's what it is. Grape Fago is good. I'm not hating on Grape Fago, just for the record. So that's it. But anyway, the news broke yesterday during our show where, the whole Michigan stealing signs allegations and stuff like that. So I gave you guys my take, and I said, good. I said, good that you're doing that. Take every advantage possible. The fine social team at Woodward Sports put that out into a reel, sent it out into the social media sphere.
Team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're all right.
Goated on the sticks. Way better than any other sports network in this town. That's factual.
That is factual.
But with that being said, so you put the clip out there of me saying that essentially. You guys know what I said, yes. So I'm like, good. Do it. Take every competitive advantage that you can get. Why would you not do it? Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of pushback against me, Lucas. There were people on there saying that's a bad take. Bad take. No, you don't do that. No, that's not the way you go about business. And Lucas, look, let me put this out there for the record right now. With Michigan, the sign stealing stuff and everything like that, you know what they should do? You know what they should do? You know what Jim Harbaugh should do? He won't do this, but what Michigan should do as a whole is say, so what? Look into the camera and say, so what? What are you going to do about it? Because you're not going to do anything about it. And it doesn't matter because you know how the NCAA moves. They're not going to get into this till later on in the year, maybe into next year or whatever. By then, the college football playoffs been played. You already won the Big Ten championship.
Jimmy
what
might
does
be
it
gone
matter?
at that point.
What does it matter? Well, and that too. Like, what does it matter? It doesn't matter at all.
You don't think there will be any implications this season at all? The investigation would take way too long?
Yeah, no, nothing's going to happen this year, so what does it matter? You're all in. You're all in, right? Michigan fans, you're all in, right? It's natty or bust. That's what I've been told.
BMG, Brady
BMG,
Wood, all in.
Natty or bust, all in. I know
Sam
Flannel's the only Michigan fan I know that takes a step, that steps short of that.
No, he said it today.
Okay.
Said it today.
Anyway, so nobody in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Neal, Jeff did 4 push-ups this morning. Short of 5.5 would have been respected, but 4, where does it end with this guy? Disappointing.
He was told to do 6. They counted 3.
He could only do 4?
I'm sure he had more left in the tank, but he was getting red. He came back to the desk, and he was a little out of breath, but,
see,
it's his birthday.
In the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, see, guys, like, here's where I will not. Here's why I will not abide. Sound Kayak says it's called scouting. Every team does it. It is a rule. You're not allowed to do it in person. I know in college basketball, I know this intimately. You cannot go somewhere to scout an opponent. However, if you're playing in a tournament, we're playing in one in the Grand Caymans coming up, where if everyone's at the same site playing in a tournament, then you can. Okay. Then you can sit there and in-person scout. Now, Sound Kayak, both things can be true. Like, it is a rule, and apparently it was a broken rule. But Sound Kayak, what I'm saying, if I'm Michigan and I'm Harbaugh, I look right into the camera and say, so what?
So what? Do you own it?
No, we have no comment until after the season.
Okay.
It's an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, I feel like every team with recruiting, they break some violations. Every team around the country has to. They think they can get away with it. And then, just to the whole point, they're probably just trying to push Jim out of there. They don't like to see the rise of Michigan. Neither do I. I'm a Ohio State fan. But I like Jim Harbaugh more than I like Ryan Day. Go after Ryan Day. Go after him. Get him out of Ohio State. Promote Brian Hartline right now.
Is it a level 2 violation to have shoe polish wax on your beard?
That's stained every day. Taking shots at Lee Corso. Did you hear him before he did that? Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz.
Yeah.
Right before he goes, check this out. And you could hear right before the camera breaks him, the dude's a tool. Go after Ryan Day instead of Jim Harbaugh, and that's coming from an Ohio State fan.
I saw a bunch of people mad about the shots he took at Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz was talking shit first.
But Lou Holtz
get over it, old man.
Lou Holtz is a Notre Dame legend.
So
He's going to
what?
support him, and they almost won that game. If they could put 11 guys out there, then I think we're having a different conversation.
Lou Holtz was talking shit. Listen, old man, if you're not ready for these waters, don't jump in these waters.
Yeah, and how about this, Lou Holtz? You've never left a program not on probation. Anywhere you've ever been. Left Notre Dame, probation. Left South Carolina, they're on probation. I know it's old Lou Holtz, golly gee, Lou Holtz. But check the record on that, too. Much like Schembechler being 2-8 in the Rose Bowl, old Lou Holtz left every single job with the program on probation.
Just get Ryan Day out of Ohio State. That's all we need to do. That's all we need to do.
Chuck Brewer in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Neal, I want the Michigan president to do what the Miami president did. Tell the NCAA to kick rocks. And, Chuck, that's a roundabout way of what I'm saying right now. If I'm Michigan, and again, I'm not having everybody does it. No, I'm not having that. But I'm going to be indignant about it because nothing's going to happen. Nothing. And you know what else I'm tired of, too? The people in the comments and people here in our chat thread that are like, oh, well, the NCAA is against Michigan. They're against Harbaugh. For what? They need Michigan. Michigan provides some of the largest television ratings they have. Why would they ever be against Michigan?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know those billion-dollar TV contracts they got?
The Peacock one.
You know who that was largely
Peacock.
driven by? Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting.
They're not against them. But here's what I would say. Just look into that camera and say, what are you going to do about it? We have no comment. This is an ongoing investigation. We'll see you at the college football playoff.
Get there.
They're there.
Jeff is saying he was only told to do 4 push-ups.
Nah, I don't know about that. Nah, I don't know.
Speaking of that, hey, since we're talking college football, how about the college football live stream, everybody? Yeah, let's get it in. Go green or go blue. It's a Woodward Sports Network Great Divide viewing party. Sit back, crack open a cold one. Line up those bets. I gave you a get right. Donovan Edwards, anytime touchdown, plus 110. You in on a BMG? Never mind, BMG. Never mind.
Lock in.
Tune in and watch the
doing
battle for
over
the
there?
Paul Bunyan Trophy with your favorite Woodward Sports personalities. This Saturday, starting at 7:30 p.m., enjoy the Woodward Sports live Michigan State watch party. Just go to YouTube. Type in Woodward Sports. Pretty simple. So easy. Sam Flannel could do it. So, that's how I would be. Jeffrey Penner says, sure, fine Harbaugh for spying, but also fine Iowa for making our eyes bleed watching its offense.
Cade McNamara.
Over in Iowa, over 31.5. Also a get right this week.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
Who they play?
Minnesota, right?
Minnesota.
They play Minnesota every week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But it's in the Big Ten, it's the same schedule every week. Michigan plays Indiana, and then Minnesota plays Iowa, 4 times a year.
That's fair.
So that's
Taking
what
the
it
over
is.
on that game?
31.5.
Yeah, I guess it'd be what?
That's the lowest over
Yeah,
of
I
all
was just
time.
saying. Yeah, seriously. I was thinking about it again. It's just like I could see Iowa putting up 9, Minnesota putting up
12.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like the Steelers and Ravens the other game.
Yes.
It's a brutal bloodfest.
Tricia Miller, the cheating rumor is going to hurt Michigan. They hired a military intelligence officer to gather intel. Really? No, I know they did. That's what I'm saying. When Sound Kayak in the chat says everybody scouts games. Not everybody sends military intelligence to scout the games.
Did you hear how he was his mindset about recruiting is? He's trying to find the weak points and the center of gravity where he could defeat the team from a recruiting standpoint. He was taking a military regiment to the recruiting process. And I hope we go in the download, Spenny. There's probably in there. We put it in there earlier, but the way that this guy approached recruiting was just insane. He attacked it like it was the military again.
Really? You said you had
boots on the ground. He was behind enemy lines doing all this for sure.
You said you had that in the system?
Yeah, we
Really?
were putting it on the morning show.
What is the system thing you speak of?
The downloads? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. What is that?
Well, you're losing me, Neal Rhul.
Well, I don't know what it is. You say we have it in the system. What does that mean?
The computer.
There's a computer?
There is a computer.
Which one?
We put stuff in it?
Check the morning show Slack.
Oh, the morning show. That one's full.
There is a Big D Energy Slack. It's
Is
rarely
there?
used. Your TD could use it.
Really?
You could.
There is.
I put videos in there.
See?
Huh.
It's used.
Weird.
Hey, you might not have all the
Does the afternoon show have that too?
They do.
They do?
Wow. You guys are on the same playing field there.
Okay.
You guys got Booner sending you highlights.
That's
You
what I'm saying.
outsource these.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
They have a whole staff.
Man, they got multiple people and stuff? JB Smoove, can you confirm this? Everyone's looking away now. Everybody was all into it this morning. I asked a question. Everybody's looking away now. I'm just asking. Freddie felt 313. The ball nowhere deserves to be in the hosting chair. Barking noises. I don't know what that. Okay.
But it brings the juice, Neal.
Yeah. I will give Harbaugh credit for this, though. To send a military intelligence officer to gather intelligence is pretty next level. It is pretty next level.
That's awesome.
What's
That's
that?
pretty cool. That he sent a military.
It is.
Yeah.
He's really natty or nothing this year.
Yes.
He's laying it all out on the line.
He's got the feds working for him.
Steve Reiner, Neal's still learning how to use a VCR. Steve, you tell me that the dudes that host a 2 to 4 show have any idea how that shit pops up on the screen. Tell me that. Tell me that. Look me in the eye and tell me that. They know how to say, hey, do this. And then they have people that do it. They know that.
Parker's got a lot of pressure on him in there.
Yeah, Parker's in the pressure cooker every day.
Yeah, every day.
The Booners.
That graphic better not be delayed. It better not be delayed.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for the kid. He's gonna go bald by 25.
If that graphic's delayed by half a second. Oh.
R.I.P. Parker.
Rip.
R.I.P. Parker in the chat.
No,
sure.
absolutely. Hey, he needs a guardian.
He does. And speaking of Guardian, let me tell you about Guardian Alarm. It's a new year. Let Guardian Alarm offer you custom solutions by real expert. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone with you as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work, and people have been proven to care. Call them at 1-800
Stay out.
1-800 Stay out. Guardian Alarm.
What about
Check
Les
'em out.
Stanford?
Ooh, Les Stanford. Let me tell him about that
Ooh.
too. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? That's right, 5 decades. You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Find new roads.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equip Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Here for 5 Iron Golf, downtown Detroit's newest sports bar with 13 TrackMan simulators, certified golf instructors, and most importantly, a full bar and a restaurant too. 5 Iron Leagues are back. That's right, they're going right now. You can compete nationwide for a chance to win a trip to the Dominican Republic. Bring a foursome, sign up as an individual, whatever you want to do. Go to 5irongolf.com. And how about this? Use promo code Woodward10. You'll get 30% off your league fees. Go to 5irongolf.com to sign up today.
Check it out.
Check it out. Keeping it pushing, everybody. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, and we are live at Dispo in Romeo. The Cannabis Mall. Absolutely. Slide up here. Get right for the weekend, everybody. That's not just in the betting world and everything. Get right for the weekend. Neal, Rhul, Lukas, Klotz, late minute addition in for Lindsey Hunter, who was in for D-Mac. We got Spencer Raxter. Big Mike Gentry's kind of here. He's staring off into space.
It's distracting.
Don't know what's...
I got my headphones that don't work.
Wow, welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Don't worry, those will be fixed by 2.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, they're back at the studio. You don't have to worry about that.
Weird. Look at how uncomfortable JB Smoove gets when he gets like
he turned his back.
That.
He turned his back.
like he does this. He does like he's looking. He's like
he's not part of it. JB runs multiple shows on this network. JB, I don't put him in that 2 to 4 slot.
No, JB's the MVP.
No. Okay.
He helps out with every show.
No, he is pretty high level.
You got your papers right today?
Yeah,
nice
he
surprise.
did. It's really
nice surprise.
it was wild.
Gentry doesn't do that.
No, he doesn't. Gentry he's just looking off into space. But as we said,
he's dreaming about Marco Casper.
Jeffrey Penner says they should make Jim Harbaugh coach the Spartans for a year as punishment. That is pretty funny right there.
We get Urban.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I want you guys to get Urban so bad.
So do
Me
I.
too.
I just for I'm totally neutral in all this. Like I don't care, but I want Urban here badly.
Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake, boy.
God,
Come to Dispo. It's a good time.
Corey Berry says the 2 to 4 show can't even pour their own water, nor put their own lemon in
I had
it
to run
as
water
well.
to him yesterday. They're lucky I'm a nice guy, and Maz was making sure I was good when I was in the hospital, or else those waters weren't getting
Bro,
ran.
if they ever asked me to get water, I'd spit in a cup and bring it to them.
Trisha Miller says, Lucas, it's great to see you behind the desk.
You as
And,
well. Thank you.
Lots of talk about Parker being in the pressure.
R.I.P.
cooker.
Parker.
All right, here we go. Big Bag Friday. Let's do it. 5 questions about football rolling forward. First up, of course, let's do it. Your Detroit Lions.
All right, the Lions nickel package. First question of the big bag for the Lions. Who steps up in the running game with David Montgomery's absence?
I was just told it's Jahmyr Gibbs, right? Like he's back. And look, we're getting through this process with Jahmyr Gibbs right now.
Okay.
And if he's out there, then you're good to go. And if you're good to go, I have expectations. You know what I'm saying?
What do you expect when you say step up? What do you expect from him then?
To be the guy, to be the lead guy, to be the lead guy, get in the double digits of carries, maybe 4 or 5 catches. Like be the guy. You know what I'm saying? Because look, we all love Craig Reynolds, right? Craig, come on, Craig. I need to borrow your VCR. We all
my gun. I ain't Craig.
Craig. Like, we all love Craig Reynolds. And the block was great, and it was electric and all that kind of stuff. But the bottom line is 10 carries for 15 yards.
Yeah.
I need Jahmyr Gibbs in there, and I need the line to not be that.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you as far as Jahmyr Gibbs needs to step up, and I think he will. But I think what will really elevate it is the extension of the run game. Meaning, I mean, we've already seen multiple times Amon-Ra St. Brown and Khalif Raymond be lined up in the backfield. And when you talk about they're not going to be running Jahmyr Gibbs between the tackles every play. They're going to switch it up and try to keep that front 7 off its ass, really, because they're just going to be sitting in the house the whole time. There's no reason not to when you don't have David Montgomery in there. You can do that. You can put pressure on Jared Goff. And when you do that, I think we see quick little screens to Amon-Ra St. Brown, quick little screens and reverses to Jameson Williams and Khalif Raymond. I think those are the guys who are really going to take – because let's face it, this Baltimore Ravens defense is legit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to expect Jahmyr Gibbs to go in there, put up 120-plus yards.
And I
I'm not
don't
saying,
expect that.
Yeah, I'm not saying – but there's people who are going to be like, Jahmyr Gibbs, you're the 12th overall pick. You need to put up 100 rushing yards if you're starting. And look, he put up 81 yards against Atlanta, which is very good. I'm not disappointed in any means. But this Ravens defense is a lot better than that Atlanta defense. He got 17 carries. I think if he gets that, it's not a good look for the Lions, especially with no David Montgomery to keep those chains moving, which you need against this Raven team. They're going to have to find other ways to do it. And I think use the actual skill players the Lions have on the outside with the receivers. I think that's what they should do.
And in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Cat Spot's on there. Gibbs isn't even 200 pounds. And Cat's like, look, I'm saying – that role changes, right? For now, he's got to do that. For now, he has to play that big. He has to. Like, that's where we are right now. With Montgomery out, he's got to do that. I'm not saying you need 325 carries a year and to be Derrick Henry. I'm not saying that. But this Sunday, yes. And if you're out there, you're out there. And I'll tell you this, too. You talked about it. What the Buccaneers did yesterday, those linebacker blitzes, they cause problems, man. They cause problems. And I think you're going to see teams use that as a blueprint going forward. So not only does he have to be good in the run game, he's got a chip.
Yep.
He's got a chip in the
He's got to
blocking
be able to
game.
pass block. Because Craig, he was limited or maybe even out last practice yesterday. So he's dealing with a little something. So just even that fact, I know they brought up Mohamed Ibrahim from the practice squad, but it's not a bash against him. He's not the most ideal running back you want to see when you're playing the Baltimore Ravens on the road. You don't really want to go down that road. So Jahmyr, he's got to step up, especially in pass protection, because that's, in my opinion, especially early on, that's the reason he wasn't on those field in like those third downs where you would want to see him, those kind of gadgety situations. That's why he wasn't on the field.
No, absolutely. And, hey, when you get ready to watch a Lions game on your NFL Sunday, your first stop should be with the Lions pregame show. You guys know what it is. The franchise, Jeff Iafrate hosts it. He's got luxurious hair. He's on there with special guests all season long. 1 o'clock game this week. You know what that means. 9:30 pregame show. Tap into the Woodward Sports Network. We do Lions football better than anybody in this town, including places where you hear the games on the radio.
It's true.
Way better than that.
That is fact.
That's facts right there.
Facts, not fiction.
Fact, not fiction. All right, second down.
All right, second down. Next question of the Lions' big bag. Is Penei Sewell a top 3 offensive tackle in the NFL?
Yeah.
I'm battling this one. I'm battling.
There's nothing to battle.
I want to say yes.
There's nothing to battle.
And I think I'm going to say yes, but it's just hard because I have him at 4 right now. And listen.
Klotz. Okay, go ahead. Give me your spiel.
I got to put Trenton Williams at 1.
Yes.
I have to.
That
There's
is
no
fair.
way. I got to put Lane Johnson at 2.
That is fair.
And I'm battling between Panay and Laramie Tunsil because Laramie Tunsil has been a stud over the last 2 seasons. But the fact that Panay Sewell is not allowed to sack in 250 snaps.
520-something.
Oh, it's that low. I thought it was 250.
No.
Oh. Well, my golly, yeah. I'm going to say top 3, but it's close. Laramie Tunsil's an all-pro level guy, and I was battling between them. But I'm not going to be mad if people say he's not top 3 because, in my opinion, he has to be 4 then. And he's got 2.
I'll make this very simple for people like you and some of the people
like me.
What are you
going to say? He's the best?
If you had a draft right now and they said you could take any tackle in the league, who would they take?
I mean, yes.
Who would they take?
Who would they take? They would take.
Answer the question.
They would take Tristan Wirfs, Panay Sewell, Christian Darrensaw, or Rashawn Slater. They would take any one of those guys. In my opinion, Sewell's the best out of them, but there's going to be people that take Wirfs.
Who would you take?
Who would you take? Those 4, if I'm taking, if we're going for longevity, I'll take Sewell. But right now, I'm taking Trent Williams. 10 times out of 10, I'm not thinking twice. I'm taking it to the bank. You could put whatever guard next to him. I would not care. I would not
neither.
care. I'm talking Trent Williams now. I think Panay will be in that level eventually, but right now we can't act like Panay.
He's an all-pro. He's an all-pro right here, right now.
He's getting there. He's getting very
right
damn
here,
close.
right now. He's an all-pro.
Very damn close, yes.
So that's what it is. All right, third down.
All right, third down, third question of the big bag. What would a win in Baltimore mean for the Lions?
Look, you guys know we've talked about this, and I don't expect the Lions to go 16-1. I also don't expect them to lose at home.
No.
So you got to start working backwards through that. There's a couple losses somewhere in there. If there's going to be that, I would lean towards this one. And what they did to Tampa, went up against some adversity, took a minute to figure things out, and then choked them out like a UFC fight in the second half of that game. If they win this game, they beat this Baltimore team, then it is legit where you start to sit there and say they are a Super Bowl contender in the same vein as the Eagles, who's struggling at the quarterback spot right now. More on that later, by the way, in the Big Bag Friday. If they win this football game, Lucas, then all bets are off.
Yeah, I'm with you. If they win this football game, they will finish as the number 1 seed in the NFC because if you look at the other teams, you have the 49ers. They still have a hell of a schedule to go to. The Eagles, for example, they play the Dolphins this week. They still got to go to Buffalo. They still got to go. I don't know if they're at Arrowhead, but
the Eagles' schedule is
it's
monster.
Brutal. So if I'm already on the verge of discounting the Eagles just off their schedule and the Lions' schedule. If you go and you beat Baltimore, without a doubt, through the rest of the season, is their toughest opponent. I don't care about going to Dallas. I like Lamar Jackson more than I like Dak Prescott. You can say what you want about their stats, but if you just look at the player that they are, I'm taking Lamar over Dak every time. So if that's the best quarterback they have to play, and Jared Goff goes on the road in Baltimore against John Harbaugh, who's a phenomenal coach, a good defense, a loaded offense. Yeah, I know that they don't have the most talented backfield. They still lead the NFL in rushing yards. Yeah, they're going to be the number 1 seed in the NFC unless there's a major injury.
Somebody said 16-1 it becomes a very real possibility. And I'll just never say that you're going to go 3 months of an NFL season without losing a game.
Yeah, that's fair.
As I always say, they drive Mercedes too.
And if they're 15-1 going into Week 17 against Minnesota, they better be resting players. I do not want to see a starter if they're already locked up the 1 seed. The damn near even a 2 seed. If they have the 2 seed, rest your starters against the Vikings.
All right, we got to cook here. What do we got? Fourth down.
Fourth down. What does getting Brian Branch back mean for the defense?
That depends on the state of Brian Branch. You know what I'm saying? But make no mistake. Oh, by the way, Kirby Joseph, low-key, played pretty well.
Oh, not even low-key. He came up that tip.
I never heard it. I didn't hear anybody talking about him on Sunday.
He's played a very steady game. Besides that deep shot he almost gave it to Mike Evans. Shout out Isaiah Buggs for saving the lines on that one. Kirby played a sound game.
No, he was. So depending on his state, but obviously, man, like, Dude has shown big play capability, man. That's how you win in this league. Brian Branch is how you win in this league. You win by big plays. You win by splash plays. There are 6 big plays that determine a game every single week. We saw it in Kansas City. He altered the course of that football game. Much like Jameson Williams last week. Jameson Williams altered the course of that football game. Brian Branch did that in week 1.
Those Crimson Tide. That's what it is.
I'm just saying.
Brian Branch healthy, as far as from a personnel standpoint, he opens everything up. He's another – I'm imagining they're going to have either him or Anzalone the spy on Lamar Jackson at all times, between one of those two. When Alex Anzalone does spy, now it lets the secondary kind of be flexible. You get Cam Sutton back. Cam Sutton came from where? Pittsburgh. Who do they play twice a year? The Ravens. So now you allow him to kind of free flow through there. If you want to throw him in the slot where the Lions have been getting cooked the last 2 weeks, you can put Cam Sutton in the slot. You can put Brian Branch in the slot. I think it opens up the defense and makes the secondary a whole lot scarier against the Ravens.
All right, real quick, fifth down.
Final question. Will the defense finish top 5 in the NFL?
That's so ambitious, man. Like, I know what it is right now. I know if they shut down the Ravens rushing game, because that includes
the Gus Bus, Lamar Jackson,
Justice Hill. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Justice Hill.
Yeah, Justice Hill. What up, though? No, but if you slow down Lamar Jackson from running the football, it's a dual attack for the Lions if they do that. Because number one, what's the knock? The tight end and the mobile quarterback, right? That's always the knock. If they're able to do that and therefore slow down the Ravens rushing attack, when you know that's how they're going to want to roll, then I shouldn't dismiss it. But, I mean, it's just that's a big ask, man.
It's a big ask, but, again, you go back to the schedule that they have. They got to play Justin Fields.
They are in the NFC North, that broke-ass NFC North.
Jordan Love again. They got it turnover-wise. You got Dak Prescott coming up. They got Herbert, which would be a tough one. But did you see Derek Carr last night? You see that offense? That looked pretty pitiful. Yep. That's probably like their third best quarterback they have on their remaining schedule. So top 5. I know it sounds egregious when you just look at the schedule-wise. Like the Lions, they have the 31st weakest schedule going through the rest of the NFL season. That could very easily be a top 5 defense.
Absolutely. Hey, Big Boy is a top 1 restaurant to go eat at because it's burger and chicken sandwich time, everybody. They already have the original Big Boy, the best hamburger in the game. But what about the new pretzel bacon cheeseburger? Spenny's leaning towards
Wish
that.
I could try it.
Yeah. Chicken sandwich, perhaps, the Dolly chicken sandwich, or turn up the heat with the Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular Justin Herbert regular fries. Get chili cheese fries or a loaded baked potato fry. Good fries. Save room for dessert. Indulge in Big Boy's Reese's Chocolate Peanut Butter Thunder Cake or satisfy your sweet tooth with the Big Boy Funnel Cake Fries. Get to your local Big Boy today.
A couple chocolate peanut butter Thunder Cakes.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
How would you like to win a $100K Vegas getaway, take your closest friends, and live it up in the city that never sleeps? It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself. Go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas to figure out how you can sign up to win.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're live at Dispo in Romeo. Neal, Rhul, Lukas Klotz in for Lindsey Hunter, who was in for Darren McCarty. We have Spencer Raxter, Big Mike Gentry. Got about 50% of Big Mike Gentry here today, but he's here.
Gives you the peace sign.
Yeah.
He gave you the...
Yeah, absolutely. No, but it is a big bag Friday. We're talking a ton of football. And look, since the Lions are in this space now, we can have an NFC big bag.
Yes,
we got to keep an eye on the competition. Let's do it.
All right, the NFC big bag. The first question of the NFC big bag. Let me get it here. Let's see here. Jalen Hurts has more interceptions this year than all of last year. Are the Eagles in more trouble than we realize?
Because everyone's gonna look at the 5-1 and say everything's fine. Take a look on down that schedule yonder with the Philadelphia Eagles. See what they're lining up with. See what they have. They have a brutal brutal schedule.
Starts this weekend.
Yeah, yes,
they're going to
does.
get dog walked by Miami. I'm sorry. I think they are. Who's going to stop that offense? Tua gets the ball out quicker than 75% of the league, and then you got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert. Darius Slay ain't stopping that.
But
sorry.
Let me let you in on this. On November 20th, Monday night, they're at Kansas City. The next week, Buffalo. The next week, San Francisco. The next week, at Dallas. Like, ugh. Now, I know at the end it's Giants, Cardinals, Giants. But still, they got to get there first.
Too.
All I'm saying is this, and we know Thomas Bregman says the Eagles are good and we'll see them in the NFC Championship. We know when you go to the Super Bowl and lose, you tend to struggle the next year.
Yeah.
You tend to struggle.
That's what happens.
You parlay that with the schedule that they have, and yes, Jalen Hurts, he's not what he was last year. And I'm a Jalen Hurts guy. I am. I've celebrated Jalen Hurts when everybody's telling me, he was trash and stuff like that. I said, no, like give him a minute to get things going, and he did. But Lucas, they're not it this year.
They're not.
They're not.
It has everything to do with losing Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon, and
that's what it is. Like that's under the surface.
That's the root cause of it all, in my opinion. Because even the secondary, like it's just bad. Like I know they have Darius Slay and James Bradbury, but this secondary is just brutal. Their front seven, like tops in the league, probably right behind the San Francisco 49ers. I'm going to throw any shade about that. But then you just factor in, like, they're already dealing with injuries. They just signed Julio Jones. Okay, you don't just do that. That's not a win now move, in my opinion. When you have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, Devontae Smith is also hurt. They're dealing with injuries. You don't know what DeAndre Swift's going to be in week 15, 16 if he's going to be healthy. I get it. This Eagle team is talented, but to Neal's point, it is not the same Philadelphia.
It's not the same, and you can't argue that, man.
No.
I know
It's
the record's
eye
shiny.
test.
Yeah,
But
the
you look
record's
at
shiny. But it's deeper. It's deeper than that. Like Nighttime on Woodward Sports is deeper than that because it is Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder, 8 to 10 o'clock right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Two of the new up-and-coming Detroit sports personalities breaking it down, taking a look at everything. Nighttime is the right time for Woodward Nights. In the nighttime. In the city. 8 to 10 on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. But it is, as we said, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Andrew Klingerman, Jalen Hurts is an overrated quarterback. Andrew, like we can't go there with that. The Dispo patrons are stepping through. They got the Go Lions going right there. John Miller says the Eagles' new OC is awful. They'll be fine. You can't say both of those things.
That doesn't coincide.
Yeah, you can't say both of those things.
And I'm not saying that Jared Goff would fall off the face of the earth without Ben Johnson, but it'd be like saying you would expect Jared Goff to be the same without Ben Johnson. Like, it's going to have some effect. And when you have a team that does have Ben Johnson, when you have a team that does have Kyle Shanahan in the NFC, that's going to be a mismatch, especially when they're similar, like, talented teams. You know what I mean?
Speaking of Kyle Shanahan, next question of the big bag. Yesterday was the one-year anniversary of the 49ers trading a second, third, fourth, and fifth-round pick to Carolina for Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey is day-to-day with an oblique issue. Can the 49ers win without him for a long period of time?
I don't think so. He's been so valuable to. Yeah. He scored a touchdown in like 112 straight games for them.
He has, but I just watching Jordan Mason, watching Elijah Mitchell, like they are not a Christian McCaffrey. But when you look at that defense, you look at the weapons around him, I think they would definitely. I don't think they would be undefeated like they have been outside when Brock Purdy was 28-0 up until last week. I don't think they would continue that success, but to act like they would not be like a favorite in every game they're playing, I don't think would be true. They would still win games.
But now I'm talking about like
number one,
like no doubt, like favorite for the Super Bowl, like you know what I'm saying?
I still think they would be the favorite, but that gap closes where it's just like it could change in a matter of weeks.
Yeah, and real quick, Spenny, I think we're gonna have to give up the fight and make this a 2-segment one, just so you know, we're gonna have to give up that fight. But because someone asked, with Christian McCaffrey, who's the backup, and you talked about it too with Elijah Mitchell.
Jordan
Mason's nice too.
Picked him up in fantasy.
Yep.
So see, you're circling the waters already.
Yeah.
Again, you take Christian McCaffrey off, and when you start talking about oblique, you know what I'm saying? As a running back for a guy, and look, we talked about this during fantasy football season, where the Christian McCaffrey, the injury situation gave me pause. It did.
Yeah.
It gave me pause.
Very well so, too.
And you know, I'm curious about how much time he's going to miss. I just don't think that they are – because with him, you get everybody healthy. I think the 49ers are a slam dunk to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I do.
Without a doubt.
I talk about their physicality, how their wide receivers are physical. When you try to tackle them, they're physical to you. So through all that, You take McCaffrey off this team, things change. And they change quickly.
They do. I'm not denying that, but they're still a good team. That's still an elite team, not a good team. That's
No,
still very
no
elite.
doubt. Like, no doubt they are. I understand that, but they're not a slam dunk for the Super Bowl.
And the thing is with McCaffrey, too, with his injuries, they always kind of sound like, yeah, he might be able to make it back, and then it's a 2 to 3 week injury. So I think that'll end up, if he doesn't play this weekend, I think he's going to be held out for a couple weeks. There's no point to just to run. Like, if you think that you have a shot to make the playoffs and you win this week with Christian McCaffrey, why risk it happening and
Absolutely.
lingering on?
So you're saying basically you want to insure yourself against long-term injury for Christian McCaffrey.
100%.
Like insurance.
Like Swiss insurance.
Oh, let's talk about it. Swiss insurance.
The segue was too smooth.
It went right over my smooth head. Swiss Insurance. Do you have football on the brain? Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year is going to be awesome. Fall is a perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. Ask for Market Swiss Insurance today at SwissINS.com or call 248-800-4177. That is Swiss Insurance.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Looking for the best in Detroit sports wearables? Look no further. WoodwardSports.com/shop. That is where it is at for everybody to get the very best in Detroit sports wearables. The Stoke Not Scared t-shirt. That is where it's got to be a staple of your rotation. Football, baseball, basketball, hockey, all things Detroit. There's even a golf line as well. Go to WoodwardSports.com and click on the shop, and you'll be looking fly in your best of Detroit sports wearables. Check it out. Check it out. Pulling up on the second hour of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Rhul, Lukas, Klotz, who's in for Lindsey Hunter, who was in for Darren McCarty, a late game time scratch. Spencer Raxter. Yeah. Come on, Craig.
No Demo, no Jameer. Put in Craig.
Come on, Craig.
Spencer Raxter, 50% of Mike Gentry. Happy to have you all with us. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump into there. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. And while you're at it, hey, Big D Energy Podcast. Also, why not? Why not? Give it a 5-star if you would be so kind. Also, I'll leave a review making fun of Sam Flannel. I'm going to start reading those. I'm going to read the Big D Energy reviews that are anti-Sam Flannel. So get it out there right now and get it in there. But no, we're doing what?
Nothing. Keep going, Neal. Spenny. We're admiring the location.
We're admiring the location.
All right, very good. Very good.
Great spot.
It is a Big Bag Friday. We put our big bags out there on the table, all football related. We were halfway through our NFC big bag, so let's pick up where we left off. Get this clock back on.
All right, third question of the big NFC bag. We know about the Seahawks here, but their defense, man, Devon Witherspoon didn't allow Chase to catch a pass when he was on him. Jamal Adams, Boye Mafe, etc. Do we still sleep on the Seahawks?
People sleep on the Seahawks still, Klotz.
What do we mean by sleeping on them? I think they're a respectable team, like no doubt. Like, I think they can give any team trouble, but when it comes down to it, I think Geno Smith is still the quarterback of that team. I'm not saying he's terrible, but in crunch time, I'm not, playoff time, I'm not counting on Geno bringing home a W. You got to show me.
And here's the lock on it. Brandon Katz, Seattle's overrated. Their defense is trash.
Okay, yeah, I don't know about that. Yeah, that's probably farthest thing from the truth. The weak point right now is offensive line. You'd like to see JSN step it up a little bit more.
I'm just saying, because, look, what's the narrative about the Ravens for the Lions fans? What's the narrative this week coming in? Oh, we'll win. Why? They played a clown schedule.
No, for me, I think it's a close loss for the Lions. That's what I called earlier.
But I'm saying, though, like, in general, like, you're reading the chats all day long. Like, they haven't played anybody. They're not that good. Now, the Seahawks, when I talk about them, and nobody brings them up in the pantheon of the NFC. Nobody brings them up ever. My point is, like, we've seen data on them. They've come here, and they've beat the Lions at Ford Field. So, we've seen it. We've seen it with them. And I don't know why people continue to sleep on them. Like, Devon Witherspoon is really good.
Yeah, I mean, he showed it. He was calling his shot before the game, and then he went out and performed it exactly that. He put Jamar Chase in a box.
Yeah, he did.
In a box, as you like to say, Neal Rhul, in a phone booth.
In a phone booth. And then they tried to get out of the phone booth, and he said, no, you're staying in there. And he shoved them back in there, and he closed the door. It's just all I'm saying is nobody talks about them. More people are talking about the Rams than the Seahawks.
That is true. Like the Seahawks, that would probably be just because of their success against the Lions, the last team outside of the 49ers I'd want to see in the playoffs. I'd rather see the Eagles this year in the playoffs than the Seahawks.
All right, so you're on board then.
I'm there.
Okay. I'll ride with you a little bit. All
right, next question of the NFC Big Bag. The Cowboys are being the Cowboys. You've got Rain Dakota saying the media gets what they want when we lose. You got Micah Parsons on his podcast saying the media is unfair to the Cowboys and they treat the 49ers better. Do they need to shut the fuck up and worry about football more?
They've been needed to do that since they lost to Josh Dobbs and the Arizona Cardinals. Micah Parsons, he was quiet. You didn't hear from him in that game until that last drive. Dak Prescott, good. I'm glad you could throw for some good yardage against the 31st ranked pass defense in the NFL. You had CeeDee Lamb on Mike Davis. I can't even remember what his name is. Mike Davis. Asante Samuels was a solid corner, but even he wasn't playing. Brandon Staley, like, they take these such high highs and these high victory laps after they beat teams like the Chargers, but then when they lose, you don't hear anything from it, and they blame it on the media.
Cowboys are a bunch of
bitches. I can't stand the Cowboys.
You know what's funny about it, though? And I'll kind of bring this full circle right now. You remember how we were just talking about the Eagles a couple minutes ago? Yeah. We were going through that schedule. This popped in my head today, man. The Cowboys can win that division.
They could, but
they can win that division.
There's a new team winning that division every year. It doesn't mean anything.
That is true.
They could win the division. That's all I'm saying.
They still have Mike McCarthy as their head coach.
I know.
But what are we saying at that point then? Like, the Cowboys just – again, show me you're something besides the Dallas Cowboys of the last 30 years, and maybe I'll put some more respect on your name. I think they're a solid team. I think in some games they can look elite when they play an inferior opponent, but then they also get ran all over for 200 yards by the Arizona Cardinals. You can't act like that didn't happen.
And I know they've taken on injuries and stuff like that, but and look, we have Katz on there. That's a bad take. Dallas not winning the division without Diggs out for the year. Well, Katz, what is it then? Like, we go through the Eagles' schedule and say, hey, their quarterback's got more picks now than he had all of last year. Yep. They kind of are tied to each other. If you're saying this about the Eagles, then who's going to step up there then?
Dude, I hate the Cowboys so much. I just hate everything about the Cowboys. Jerry Jones is the crypt keeper. He needs to get the fuck out of here. Like, their entire team sucks. Their quarterback's name is Rain. I hate the only thing I like about the Cowboys is Tony Pollard.
We can agree there.
Good
man.
Everybody likes – I've not met one person that doesn't like Tony Pollard.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
When have you ever heard Tony Pollard say anything?
Never.
And I'm not saying that players need to just sit there and shut up. Like, I'm the last guy to say that. But you just look at the dramatics that Micah Parsons and Dak Prescott put in. I don't hate CeeDee Lamb by any stretch of the measure. I don't love him. I don't have anything really against him. But it's just like the Cowboys, from their owner to their personnel and their leaders, they're just an entertainment show. They're never
a clown show.
They're just put there to entertain. They're on the biggest stage every year. Every 4 o'clock, you're watching the Dallas Cowboys, and it's just for the show. Come playoff time, show's over.
Sappy Johnson, Spenny, you must hate America if you hate America's team.
They're not America's team.
That's like BMG hating on Army football.
Yeah, no, it's
not.
No, it's not. The Cowboys are the evil empire. I hate the Cowboys. I would do a solo trip to the Death Star to destroy the Cowboys if I could.
Answer 14, I hate the Cowboys too. Hell yeah, Spenny.
Yeah, hell yeah. Fuck the Cowboys. All
Got
right,
the
final.
people riding.
Hold on. Cody Ingle says the Cowboys are the Sam Flannel of the NFL.
No, they're worse.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
worse.
I'm trying to think who would be the flannel of the NFL. Probably the Giants.
Yeah.
Giants.
Probably the Chargers.
The Chargers.
Oh, yeah. Crazy statistics. I mean, even with Phillip Rivers, they were the number one offense.
Yeah,
number
you
one
always
defense.
hear about it, but you never see it.
True.
Always. Always hear about it, never see it.
That's fair.
I don't know.
Still looking for it. Still looking for the first example
Hey,
of it.
I know flannel's an enemy of yours, but that's a comrade.
I
of
have
mine
no
in the
enemies.
morning. Oh,
I have people that believe in fact and people that don't.
And you put flannel in the fiction, I'm assuming?
Yeah, he just doesn't believe in fact. Like Justin Herbert is a 29-29 quarterback, which is, as Spencer Raxter once said, the mathematical definition of mid.
That is true.
So there you go. We're at fifth down.
Fifth down, final question of the NFC Big Bag. Shout out Dispo. Can the Rams make the playoffs?
I look, I'm compromised with this question because I want to say yes. And you know what I want? I want the Lions to get the 2 seed, and I want the Rams to be the last team in. And I will spend whatever it takes to be at that game. As a fan, not as media, as a fan.
What?
And I will and I will just want to see the collapse of Matt Stafford.
All I'm saying is
we are here for that, Neal Rhul.
If the Lions,
we are here for that.
If the Lions get a home playoff game, when the Lions get a home playoff game, I'm going to be there as media. Shout out Ronnie Cyrus.
Oh, yeah. Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
I'm like it would be a cool story and all. Like, yeah, that's cute. Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford somehow willed their way with Cooper Kupp coming off an injury to the playoffs, but it's just not going to happen. I don't see it. I think to your point,
want it.
NFC
I
East,
want it.
I want it. I want it. I
want
want it too.
I want it.
There could be 3 teams when you think about, or not 3 teams, 2 teams coming out of the NFC West. You're gonna have Niners, Seahawks. Then out of the, I'm trying to think, the NFC South, you're gonna have
just the one division winner. In our division,
North,
just the division winner.
NFC East, you'd probably have
the Cowboys
and
the
or
Eagles.
So
there's one spot left.
One spot left. They could. It's gonna come between like them and the Bucks.
I do.
Yeah.
I want it.
I want it.
I want it.
I want it for sure, bro.
No, how great would that be, though? Rams, Lions,
I would love
playoffs.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
See Jared Goff, the team that traded him away. Brad Holmes, the team that didn't think he was good enough to replace Les Snead as GM. Let him know. Let him know.
Don't throw shade on Les Snead.
Oh, I will when it's Brad Holmes.
Don't throw shade.
I will when it's Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes overall.
Brad
Holmes overall.
Tricia Miller, the Rams are not making the playoffs. It's more feasible than we like to admit that it is.
Yeah, no, because I just broke it down in live time. I was like, yeah, they really could. It's going to be between like them, the Falcons, and the Bucks. It's going to be them and an NFC South team, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe if the Commanders get a little streak with Sam Howell, you never know.
Yeah, the Bucks, the Saints, the Falcons, whatever. Just whoever doesn't win the division, put it in there.
I had a dream about the Commanders last night. I'm trying to remember what happened, but.
That sounds like a good dream.
I just remember the Commanders being in it for some reason.
That is
dreaming
wild.
about Sam Howell.
I had a dream about the command. That is wild to me.
It was weird. It was.
It is weird.
Yeah, I don't remember what happened, but I remember Sam Howell and the Commanders being like a prominent role of it.
Ron Rivera.
Sam Howell and the
Sam Howell, yeah.
I'm a Sam Howell guy. You a Sam Howell guy, Neal? You a believer in Sam Howell?
I'm indifferent. He's not. He's just he's a guy that's a starter in the NFL because there's got to be 32 of them.
Oh, it's disrespectful. He's got a bag with him. I'd take him over Dak right now. Right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Wait a minute. Take him over who?
With Dak. Rain.
Who?
My bad.
Oh, Rain.
Dakota.
I don't care.
In the cold Dakota rain.
Just looking at it, though, like the Rams' schedule, they got Pittsburgh. They're at Dallas, at Green
Bay. And I'm
Bay.
from Pittsburgh.
They got their division games. They're at Baltimore. They're at the Giants.
Washington good.
It's doable.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Rams situation.
No, it is. It's certainly doable. You know what else is doable? The Detroit Lions post-game show. right here on the Woodward Sports Network as well. Maz, no word on if he'll be popping the collar or not. He'll probably wear the bracelet, though.
He's always got the bracelet on.
Stick will be there as well, special guest. Live this weekend at Hamlin Pub, right?
Indeed.
Live at Hamlin Pub on Tenkin Road in Rochester. So get on out there, get some of that good Hamlin Pub grub, and take in the Woodward Sports and watch the Lions post-game show after the Ravens game, directly after the game is over. Maz, Stick, and all of y'all as well. Hey, Planet Fitness, everybody. You guys know what it is. Home of the judgment-free zone.
No rock walls.
And look, to back up his point right there, some of you guys are out there right now. Let's just cut the ish, all right? Some of you guys are out there paying like $70, $80, $90, $100 a month for your gym membership. You know who you are. You're out there. Yes. Planet Fitness, Black Card, $24.99 a month. Boom. 2,400 plus of them around the world. You get to go to all of them. You get to bring a guest. All of that is out there for you. There's over 50 of them in Metro Detroit alone. Wherever you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. They've helped me achieve every fitness goal that I've ever set for myself. They can help you as well, too. Get to Planet Fitness, pull in the parking lot, join there, or go to planetfitness.com. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Essential.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Let me tell you about outdoor equipment. Let's talk about Outdoor Equipment Company, the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan grown and family-owned. Bad boy mowers, tractors, steel handheld, and even weed whippers. Liberty trailers, Generac generators, snow plows, and salters. Outdoor Equipment Co. has it all. Buy it, rent it, 0% financing. Deliver it to your doorstep. That is OutdoorEquipCo.com. Check them out.
Big snowplow guy.
I say snowplow.
If it snows a lot, what do you use to get it out of your driveway?
My dad would make me shovel. I would have to shovel the whole
Dude,
driveway.
I used to shovel.
You wouldn't get a snowplow for it?
When my dad finally bought a snow blower, life-changing experience. I was shoveling snow for years.
It builds character. Shoveling, my father says. Yeah.
I remember when I got my first snow, it was electric. It's awesome.
You love it. Probably starts it. You probably have a remote control starter for it.
You know what pisses me off the most, though? What pisses me off the most is those motherfuckers in the street sweepers that come by and just shoot it all right jammed up on the driveway.
I got a corner lot, Spence.
Oh, man.
It's awful.
I'm right in front of a middle school, so they just shoot it all over there, and it just freezes and clogs up, and I got to take a sledgehammer to break that shit up, and it's like 50 pounds.
It's a little egregious.
I hate that shit. Dude, it freezes into clumps.
People enthralled with Lukas Klotz ad read skills. Steven Syrett says Neal's training newbies today. Snow plows, everybody. Snow plows.
Shout out all my snow plows.
Shout out Toledo school system.
Yes. Hey, Chrome Spenny says go grab the torch, bro.
So say heat it up.
That's a great idea.
Nah, it'd take way too long.
Dude, you're walking out in 20-degree weather with a damn sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, you know.
Think smarter, not harder.
With a torch? What am I going to use, a little torch to burn? Like, come on, man.
Just your standard torch.
No.
Jack Harrington says, remember, snowplow season is coming up quick.
Snowplow season is coming up quick.
Absolutely. Well, right now it's big bag season here on
Big bag season.
Energy. We are live at Dispo in Romeo, as we've said before. Shout out Romeo. And, hey, Spenny, I'm sorry, but we got to do it. Michigan's playing Michigan State.
We can do NFL first.
You want to do NFL? All right, let's do NFL.
I don't want to.
All right, first question of the NFL bag. The Jaguars are 5-2 and have won 4 in a row. Does Neal give them enough credit?
I feel like I don't because,
what's not to like about it?
I'm still not. I feel about Trevor Lawrence the way Spenmo feels about Jared Goff. I think it's accurate.
What do you have against Trevor Lawrence? He's won all of his life until he had Urban Meyer in the pros.
No. I know. And look, I'm not.
What's the happenings?
Yeah.
What's the happenings?
I'll tell you during the break.
Trevor Lawrence, Neal. Uh-oh. I think you made Rhul upset.
No, he just wants
to know.
I want to know,
yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you during the break. I'm not going to expose myself that much.
Sound kayak. Does Spenny have to do 4 push-ups too?
That'd be a good one.
No, my chest is still sore.
From what?
Working out, bro.
There you go.
Pumping iron.
Ball knower.
All right, Trevor Lawrence. I feel the way about Trevor Lawrence the way Spenny does with Jared Goff, and I don't know why.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you either. Think just critically, and I'm not saying this as like a shot, but critically think. Let's get to the root of the problem. What's the Trevor Lawrence? What's not connecting there?
When does he pop off with that 373 touchdown game? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, he's had a couple against inferior teams, and my thing is his team is always in the game. He always keeps his team in the game. I mean, going against your anti-hero and Justin Herbert, he showed the difference of those two last year when he came back from 24 in the playoffs in the crucial game.
Yeah, but that's Justin Herbert. Like, everybody does that.
I mean, it's his second year ever.
And I know. And I'm not saying he's bad. Like, see, you're falling into that trap that everybody falls into.
I think he will win a NFL MVP at some point in his career.
See, I'm not prepared to say that.
I am.
Spenmo. Trevor Lawrence. Future MVP or not?
Yeah, I think.
All right, dude. All right, now, hey, what is
Spill
it?
the beans.
What is it? Sorry, you have to.
Your humility is going to be on the line here, but who cares?
Gentry stood up and walked over there and was walking around and took his chair.
Bad.
And did a line or what?
Took a whiff.
Just for the love of the game,
just
or what?
For the love of the game. See what he's working with. All right. NFL question number 2. What's everyone's energy level for the Buffalo Bills?
I'm not sniffing a sneed over it, I can tell you that much. But, I mean, I think the Bills are in the same conversation as the Eagles. And I know they didn't lose a coordinator or anything, but they're a Tyrod Taylor away from being 3-3 right now. They escaped that game.
The Bills are giving off Eagle vibes right now.
100%.
And, like, I know I went after Josh Allen a couple weeks ago and got filleted by everybody. But here we are again. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, why do they ignore the running game? Why?
I especially when you have Latavius Murray, who I know is not some stud back, but that's a serviceable guy. James Cook, you could get the same type of play style out of him as a Jahmyr Gibbs. Keep Josh Allen healthy. Stop making him, because when you run him all the time, like, that just gets in his mind that, like, this is my show. And that's when he's forcing it to Stephon Diggs every other pass, even when he's not open. That's when he's throwing 3 touchdowns or 3 interceptions. The next week, they'll run the ball, they'll give a little bit more balance, and then Josh Allen succeeds. And I'm not saying that Josh Allen is the guy that absolutely needs a running game to succeed, but my God, when you're talking about almost losing the New York Giants, like, run the ball.
I'm saying without him being the running game.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Like they have backs.
Because, look, can he do it? Yes. Does he have the ability to do it? Yes. Is he Lamar Jackson at it? No, that's different. That's that's a whole different dynamic, a whole different discussion. I get the feeling, I've said this before, I get the feeling a bomb's going to land in the AFC this year. Maybe you're Jaguars. Maybe you're Trevor Lawrence. Maybe he shows me. You know what I'm saying?
Show us.
I get the feeling that a bomb's going to land in the AFC.
Yeah,
that it won't be the Bills and it won't be the Chiefs.
Could be, and I understand that the Dolphins lost to the Bills. I'm telling you, that was probably an off week for Miami. Miami, I think it's going to be Miami or Jacksonville. That team just kind of, like you said, blows up that AFC. It's not going to be the Bills this year. They took too many defensive injuries, too. The fact that Tre'Davious White tore his Achilles again, Matt Milano, huge leg injury, like their defense is screwed, I think, season long.
Catsbot is vehemently defending Buffalo.
Oh, my God.
Stundatron says Buffalo is close to this year's Minnesota Vikings. I don't know that I'm there with that. You know what it's really going to come down to even more than most? The home field, man.
Yeah.
If Miami wins that division.
They're going to.
They need to.
They're going to.
They need to. No doubt about it. What down we on?
We are on third down. The Eagles-Jets game had the highest TV audience of the season. The Rodgers-less Jets have played on 3 of the highest-rated games this season. Fucking why?
I'm thinking how, too.
And there's extended data on this now. What is the deal with the Jets?
I think I had the Jets winning last week, and they actually did. I think maybe people were just preying on the upset. I have no clue though. If it's 3, that's insane. That's just insane.
They're the top 3 viewed games in the NFL this year. All feature the New York Jets without Aaron Rodgers. Why?
Because that was a 4:00 game, wasn't it? That was while the Lions and Bucks were going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild. I don't have an answer for this one. I really don't. I guess people love Zach Wilson now because Sauce Gardner didn't even play in that game.
Yeah.
And people talking about East Coast bias and New York market. No. Most of you are watching it too.
You're not watching the Lions game. I mean, maybe that was why, because the only other game that was going on was the Lions.
But I thought they were the story, right?
I mean, I'm with you, but
I'm
trying to think of how it could actually happen. Like, people were just like, oh, yeah, Lions won. Okay. Like, it was a clear win for the Lions, even like you said, halfway through the third quarter. You knew that game was over unless something dramatically changed. And then in the Philly game, you're like, oh, the Jets are still sticking around?
Nate W. says, maybe people fell asleep with their TV on.
Could be why.
Now that one I'll buy.
Makes sense.
That one I will buy. All right, next down.
Next question of the NFL nickel package. Last week, for only the second time since 1994, 9 teams won without scoring 21 points. Do you like that or no?
I don't.
No.
You guys know what I like. With the exception
football.
of Army football. Because they're the defenders of our nation and our freedom.
That's fair.
So I make an exception for them. Yeah, they do get a free pass, Mike Gentry. You know, because you get a free pass from the Army. You coming here today, you giving 50% effort at your job today is enabled because of the Army, because of the defenders of our freedom. You have the ability to come here and be mid today because of your United States military academies. You have that ability. So, yes, freedom, Gentry.
Let it
freedom.
ring.
America,
Gentry.
Ask the Germans about the triple option.
Yeah, Gentry over here, critical of their football. Comes here, gives 50% effort under the blanket of freedom that they provide.
Give it 100%.
Yep.
50%.
I know, Gentry. I know. Hey, good thing for you, the Army doesn't give an excuse when they go to Afghanistan, huh? They don't give you any excuses. They give you results. They give you results, Mike Gentry. They give you results. I'm sorry, what was the question? Oh, yeah. No, I do, because I do like it. I like the goofy offense. You know who else does?
Oh.
I would like to think America does, but going off that last down where the Jets have 3 of the top-rated games, maybe you guys don't. I like the ball flying through the air. I thought you guys liked your fantasy teams. I thought you liked fantasy numbers.
Like, a defensive game is nice to switch it up every now and then. But when you're talking, I would much rather see a high-scoring game. There's no way that the NFL, ratings-wise either, if, like, you have a 20-21 game, like, people are clicking that off unless there's just constant turnovers, which, again, is probably not good football then.
Yeah, I like points, man.
Make it exciting.
Points.
Who wants to see Gus Edwards rush for 60 yards and Lamar Jackson throw a last second? Like the Ravens and Steelers 2 weeks ago? My God.
Boring.
I'd rather watch the WNBA Finals than that sometimes.
Nick Pancone says the triple option allowed Big Mike Gentry to get that hole out from the fairway a few weeks ago. You know who enabled that to happen? Not you. Your military. Your military, BMG.
Take that for facts.
Long hours at the range.
Long hours at the range.
No. Yeah, you know why you have time to put in at the range?
Because they're practicing at the range and they're doing it in real life.
Because you don't have to serve your country like you do in all these other nations. That's why.
Ask the Japanese about the triple option.
Right?
Yeah. Fifth down, fifth question of the nickel package for the NFL. Tyreek Hill got fined $100K for doing his backflip in the end zone. He said, scoring in the NFL is hard. So when I score, I go back to being a kid again. Do you like the sellies?
I don't care. As long as you're not being like – the thing that I can't stand is like when you're not that guy doing it. Like Tyreek Hill can do whatever the hell he wants because he's Tyreek Hill and he's been the clear number one. And I'm not taking this to say that Shadur Sanders is like not a good quarterback, but when you're going in, you beat Arizona State, and you hold the watch up, like that's the stuff that kind of drives me nuts because it's like, dude, you got to be the man to celebrate like that because if not, you just make yourself look stupid. So you can do whatever you want, but don't be mad when you drop a ball and people are on your ass again about it.
No doubt. I do. I love that stuff, man, because, again, I'm about the entertainment. It's like the touchdown passes. Touchdowns are fun. Points are fun. Backflips in the end zone are fun. And, yeah, it made me laugh. He does it with the camera. Like, it made me laugh. I thought that was pretty good. So,
would you have that same reaction if Chase Claypool, new to the Miami Dolphins, if he goes there and does that? You're going to be like, bro, what the hell are you doing? You're Chase. Like, what are you doing right now? And it's just one of those things. Like, if you're the guy and if Jalen Waddle wants to do the Waddle, I don't care. You're that guy. You're that guy.
Yeah, no, but again, that stuff is fun, man. I do enjoy that. Just like I enjoy college football. Just like you'll enjoy the college football pregame show. That's right. It's time for the Great Divide, the game that splits the state of Michigan in half. Go green, go blue, whatever. Does Harbaugh notch another win, or is MSU coming after Big Blue? It's a Woodward Sports for the Love of College Football pregame show. Spencer Raxter, Sam Flannel, Easy, many more will get you pumped up and ready. This Saturday, 6 to 7:30 on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Get in for that college football action.
Gentry's laughing at me because I sneeze like a man.
Yeah.
When it comes to your pet,
he sneezes like
don't
a bitch.
settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. Make sure you go to www.premierpetsupply.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one, make sure you check out these ice water pre-rolls. You are missing out. They are so smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% out. Check us out at gloriouscanna.com.
Keeping it pushing here on a Friday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're live at Dispo in Romeo, the world's only cannabis mall. People coming through here getting ready for the weekend. Michigan State. This weekend, Detroit City FC playoffs tomorrow. TV 20, tap in. Maybe in a commercial break. Just slide on over, check out what the score is. I know BMG, I think he will. Maybe he'll give 50% effort. 50% of the time you'll be tapping in. All right, gotcha. Jump into the Woodward Sport. Oh, by the way, Neal, Rhul, Lukas, Klotz in for Lindsey Hunter, who was in for Darren McCarty. 50% of Mike Gentry, Spencer Raxter, JB Smoove overseeing, overlording on everybody, thinking about what he's got to fix before the afternoon show comes on. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Jump in there. Easy says, Calvin Ridley cost me my parlay. Calvin Ridley, man, tired of hearing about Calvin Ridley, all the fantasy drafts and everything. Oh, Calvin Ridley's going to blow it up. And my guy, Christian Kirk. All of you skated past Christian Kirk, and I swooped on in there in like the 5th round. Went with my guy. Puts up number. Christian Kirk. And look, I'll put my arm up. I'll put my hand up. We all clown that signing. Mm-hmm. Every single person who watches football clown that signing, me included. Yes. But that guy's producing.
He's balling.
Still a little overpaid, but if you were building a team right now, Christian Kirk or Calvin Ridley?
I built my fantasy team based on Christian Kirk, so there you go.
Real life?
Calvin Ridley.
No, because of the contract.
Okay. Just the contract?
Well, because Calvin Ridley's like my specialty, right? Like a distressed asset that's got some issues, that drives down the market value.
I think he's going to get it going.
He's a good player to bet on.
Yeah, not that. Not last night. Me and Easy both.
You saying Christian Kirk or Calvin Ridley if I had to bet on it?
Yeah.
Christian Kirk won me money yesterday. Anytime touchdown.
Because he's a beast.
He is.
Also, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Rack says, Neal, I was at the Wings game on Saturday, and I saw BMG booing the veteran they honored during the game. we've got boots on the ground out there. Could you see that, they're on, like, God Bless America's playing or whatever, and BMG's going, boo!
He's just sitting down.
Boo this man! Tell him to throw the football. Boo!
For the record, I'm just not watching the football.
Boo! Boo the military. Boo! I like communism. Boo!
No, but if I did come over to your house and you had that game on, I would boo you, Neal.
Boo! John effing Lord. BMG. Boo! Probably. Chuck Brewer, wow, BMG now rated lower than Sam.
You're falling down the power rankings quick, BMG.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, contrary to popular belief, the Michigan State game is this weekend.
Better dead than red. Just put that out there. All right, first question of the Michigan.
How about what?
What?
Better dead than red.
Better dead than red, man. America. All right, first question of the Michigan State big package. Why doesn't anybody care?
I don't know.
I can tell you I don't care because you aren't. What is there to care about? Michigan beating another sub-average Big Ten opponent?
Sub-average is being nice.
My point proven.
I just can't believe that we're here with the Michigan State game. And it's all Michigan State's fault.
It's Michigan State's fault.
All Michigan State's fault.
Coming. He came.
Mike G says, I care. Revenge. BMG. I'll ask you a question. Give me 50% of an answer. As a Michigan fan,
Wow, I can hear.
do you care?
Do I care about this game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I? It's a rivalry game.
Like Mike G says, I care. Revenge. Is it even revenge?
It's a rivalry game.
Right, but
I would
is it
say
revenge?
No.
So there's no juice.
No, it's a rivalry game. There's always going to be juice, Neal.
I just don't think that there is.
Yeah. Well, we do. I don't know.
Would you say there's about 50% juice this year?
Yeah, 50%.
That's a Mojon.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
50%.
Thanks, BMG.
Standard across the board, 50%.
All right, give the headset back to Spenny.
All right. Second question of the
hold on, Spenny. What? Like, you're an Ohio State guy.
Yeah.
Do you usually, care? You pay attention to it? Or, what's your care factor for this in relation to what it usually would be?
Like, if Michigan's playing, they got to be playing against somebody good for me to care. I really don't care enough about Big Ten. I'd much rather watch a Pac-12 game this week than a Michigan State game.
I think that is the national narrative. But, hey, Peacock's got it.
It's on Peacock?
Isn't it? Or no?
I don't know.
Or is it NBC?
I don't know.
Whatever.
It's a 7 o'clock game, isn't it?
7:30.
Yeah,
7:30. My God, I'm going to have to cover it on socials.
All right, next question of the Michigan State nickel package. Give me a path for Michigan State to win. If everybody dies.
I can't.
If Michigan's entire roster dies.
For real. This is one of the few football games where I look at it and say there is no path. What the quarterback going to rise up? Dude's played 60 minutes ever.
Caden Hauser.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. What quarterback is going to be able to do it? What running back? I mean, Nathan Carter's nice. Don't get me wrong. But he's not running all over that Michigan defense. It would have to be like just abysmal. And one of Michigan's buses would just have to take the wrong route and be too late for the game.
I still think Michigan would win because they'd have the other two buses.
Yeah.
I can't make a path.
Michigan's 2s would dog walk MSU's 1s.
It's bad. Unlike last year, right? Like you could create a path. And I won't bring up the names, Benny.
Thank you.
But you had an elite receiver at one time.
Yes, we did.
Keon Coleman.
Fuck you.
He said it, so I'll do it. All right. So Keon Coleman, right? Mm-hmm. He was elite for a quarter of that football game.
Yeah.
And then Michigan just basically tripled him and took him out of the game.
What are you going to do when you're wide receiver?
Right. What are you going to do? So, there was a path there, right? Like, you saw moments where you could make a case for Michigan State. There is no case. And John Miller says there's not one player on Michigan State that would start for Michigan right now.
No.
Spenny, is that overstating it?
Who's the linebacker?
No, that's fair.
You ride with that comment?
Yeah.
Because I want to too, but I'm like, no, there's got to be one. But is there?
There is not.
Who's the linebacker for Michigan?
Jacoby Windman?
No. He returned the fumble the one time.
Oh, Cal Halliday?
Yeah, he might be a rotational piece there.
Yeah, he's a rotational piece, but he's not going to start.
I think that's the best they got.
Man, remember Spenny talking about Cal Halliday about 4 months ago?
Yeah.
Remember that discussion? Man. All right, next down.
All right, next down. Fuck me. Okay, next question of the Michigan State game slaughter, whatever you want to call it. Is Michigan in a no-win scenario?
Yes.
Meaning what?
Meaning if they beat them 70-0. Okay.
Oh, yeah, like as far as what it means for them.
If they beat them 35-17 and say it's 20-10 at halftime.
It almost make them look bad.
They lose there too. There is nothing Michigan can do.
Yeah.
And you guys accuse me of being a Michigan hater, but I'll be the first one to sit here and say there is nothing for them to gain this week.
No, I mean
nothing.
You're talking about because Ohio State plays Penn State, and if you could really see if Michigan, it's a close game. I could see a situation where Ohio State wins by a couple scores against Penn State. Ohio State jumping.
You know what? Can I stop this one from Brandon Katz? Let's just put this out there right now. Brandon Katz says that's a bad take. If Michigan blows out Michigan State, it'll help with recruiting. Katz, this isn't 1984 anymore, all right? The results of a game do not influence recruiting to the level that you think it does. You know what influences recruiting, Katz? Coaches. Money. You know why Michigan State needs to get Urban Meyer? For recruits, for coaching, so they can win. Coaches handle the recruiting. You know why Michigan's good? Because Jim Harbaugh is good at recruiting because people want to go play for him. That's why. He's weird. Yes, he still gets recruits. Like, stop with this, it's big for recruiting. No, it's not. Your coach dictates recruiting. That's it. That's all. To a lesser degree, your facilities. That dictates recruit. It's not like a recruit sitting there going, oh, my God, do I go to Michigan or Michigan State? Oh, well, Michigan did win 56-10 this week. I think I'll go to Michigan. No recruit in the world does that, Katz. Stop with that foolishness.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. Especially just like recruiting as a whole now is just not even as significant when you can have NIL transfers every year. Every year you can just reload it with guys.
There is no recruiting anymore.
That's what I'm saying. It's all just like the recruiting portal is just pretty much evaporated.
It's dead. It's gone. So that tired old take of this game's big for recruiting, no, it's not. Because when guys say they're going to transfer, they already know where they're going. There is no recruiting.
And when you're a big athlete, especially most athletes nowadays, like I can guarantee, like if you're a big athlete and you're starting at a small school, you're transferring to another big school. You're not going any longevity move. And if not, you're staying there because you're getting paid a bag most likely.
Yeah, that's it. That's all, man. Gee, all right. Sorry, I got off on that.
No, you're fine. Next question of the Michigan versus Michigan State big bag. Are Michigan fans bored?
I mean, I would be. I'm not a Michigan fan, but I would be.
I'm a college football fan. I'm bored for them.
Yeah, it's just like, okay.
But to be fair, back when Mike Gentry used to give 100% on this show instead of the 50% that he gives now, I asked him about that as a Michigan fan. And I said, this is part of it, though, right? Like, if you want to play the schedule and you want to, you're in this Big Ten conference, you're going to have you don't play a real game until the middle of November. Mm-hmm. You don't play a real game. It's a 9-game exhibition season. But I said that. The trade-off is you're in the playoff. Because, Lukas, they're in.
Yeah. Because
you beat Penn State, you're in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because maybe they missed, but then I was thinking about it. It's like they could be they could still lose to Ohio State.
And they're getting in. They're absolutely getting in. So, when you break it all down, this is the trade-off for that. That, yes, I'm bored as a college football fan for Michigan. But guess what? If I were a fan of that program, I would take that trade.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It's like even with like the lines we were talking the last couple of weeks, like the game's over. We're bored. It's like it's for good reason. Like your team's winning. Like it'd be boring, but I'm not complaining if I'm a Michigan fan.
Yeah, and look, people are starting in on Michigan's schedule. And yes, I will make fun of it, but it is there to be made fun of. But at the same time, if I were AD and I were the football coach, I would play the exact same schedule because in no way, shape, or form are they penalized for it. You want to start breaking it all down? You know who gets penalized? Oregon for losing to Washington.
The whole Pac-12.
You get rewarded the whole entire season for playing that schedule, and Oregon falls like 5 spots because they lose at Washington to the Heisman winner.
And Booner brought up this point multiple times. Like the Pac-12 is just going to kill themselves. Like
they always do. Every year they do.
They could. I mean,
Utah's going to beat somebody. USC will lose a big game. Then they'll beat somebody. Like it'll happen all the time.
Even the Pac-12 championship, like the lower seeded team. Like remember USC and Utah last year? It's like USC's a shoo-in for the college football playoff. Nope. And now you're screwed because now Utah's not going there either. Like that can very well happen again this year.
Yes. But, yeah, and in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread, C.J. Schneider says Oregon didn't choose to play Washington, though. I know, but they still got penalized for losing to them, to whereas Michigan has not gotten penalized in any way, shape, or form, and they're not going to. So it works. So why would not everybody do it? We got one more, or are we done?
We got one more. One more. Final question of the Michigan State big package. Have you ever seen something fall apart as quickly as MSU football?
Spenny. Like in 2 weeks it was over. Spenny, in 2 weeks, it was over.
Yeah, it was bad. The Hindenburg ring any bells?
It was over.
Yeah.
At the snap of – I've never seen anything like that, Lucas.
All it took was one.
Yeah.
Never.
It was over.
It's over. Yeah, it was bad. All right. We get it.
That was the end of Michigan State football.
For now.
Until?
Urban.
Okay.
It's become a zero-sum game, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's Urban or give me death. Because your program's dead if you don't get them.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Where were we at now?
Hamlin Pub.
Oh, that's right. Hamlin Pub, the bar where everybody is a regular. Join the Woodward Sports crew for the Lions postgame show. That is right, live at Hamlin Pub on Tenkin Road in Rochester. Stick Maz and the gang will be there to break down the Lions-Ravens game. We'll see you for our live show from Hamlin Pub on Tenkin Road again this Sunday, directly after the Lions-Ravens game. Experience your new favorite pub for all things sports. Hamlin Pub, 7 locations.
Miz.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Neal Rhul here for Academy of Warren. Kindergarten through 8th grade that features AM/PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, a learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Hope Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and kindergarten through 8th grade athletics. And a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome with a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field that can be used for 7-on-7 football. Go to academyofwarren.net. Take a look around. Still time to enroll. Academy of Warren.
I'll tell you what, I'm a munch.
Bro.
This was a great place.
It is.
Coming down the stretch here on a Friday, Michigan State this weekend. Lions, Ravens, big football weekend as they all are. Detroit City FC playoffs, too. Saturday night also. Flip over to TV 20 here in Detroit. Beautiful, high definition. I'll be on the call for it. Danny G. Actually, let me do this one. Hoof-Hearted says, I have a great-grandfather that helped develop the triple option in Los Alamos in the 30s. Does that earn me any clout? Hoof-Hearted, it does with me, but not with 50% Mike Gentry. It doesn't.
Maybe the other 50%. When he wakes up.
Yeah, we'll see.
Comes to play. Nothing?
Nothing.
Crickets out of him.
Absolutely. Danny G. No one wants to coach that dumpster fire in East Lansing. And Spenny, you freely admit that, right? Right now? No one wants to coach in East Lansing. It's a dumpster fire, right?
There's about 90 million reasons why somebody would want to coach.
I was going to get to that.
Yeah.
On the surface, that's probably true, right? Like, who would want it? But if you give them $12 million every single year to want it, that changes.
Yes.
That changes
things. I remember when Monty Williams didn't want to coach the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah. 3 times.
Well, 3 times said no, and look what happened. Money talks, people.
Bring them home.
Bring them home.
Bring them home. Where's your hope meter at, 1 through 10? With
6.
Their 6? Okay.
Yeah.
So then you expect it to happen more than you don't.
I do.
Oh.
Not a lot, but yes.
I'd be happy for it.
Not a lot, just 60%?
Just 60%. I'm more than Gentry, but I'm not all the way there yet.
More than Gentry on a Friday.
60%.
Yes. Oh, where was it? Kevin Bell. For the BS State fans have talked to Michigan fans for the last 20 years. Eat ish and like it, State fans.
Yeah, I mean, when you get your ass waxed for 10 years, it's fair. We had a good run.
A good run. Connor Cook,
Kirk Cousins, Brian Lewerke.
What from this last decade plus? What was your favorite? I know Trouble with the Snap has got to be.
Sure.
What's your favorite non-Trouble with the Snap one?
Probably Kenneth Walker, honestly, because Michigan fans were fat and sassy. K9 went in there.
Fat and sassy.
K9 went in there and hung 5 tutties on him.
You know what's funny about that? Yesterday whenever I talked with Sam Flannel on Wednesday about the whole J.J. McCarthy thing, that's another L he took in that game. I forgot about that L.
Oh, yeah, J.J. was there.
He was.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, he fumbled. He pretty much won us the game.
Yeah.
Fumbled twice.
Turnovers always coming too with that guy with big games.
That is true.
You notice that?
Yeah.
I know I'm being a hater.
But he's the best Michigan quarterback ever, Neal.
He's going to be invincible.
He very well could be.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
But it's just the people
it's not a high bar.
#1 quarterback taken in the draft.
That's not going to happen.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. It's been doubled down on 2 to 4 multiple times.
He'll be top 5.
Think so?
Yeah.
He's going to be – I think he'll be like a Kenny Pickett prospect, not as far as their skill, but where they're drafted.
He'll be a top 5 quarterback taken in the draft.
You want to know another wild thing that I've been hearing around town, like talking about this Jim Harbaugh thing? Freddie Felt 313 is kind of on that track. He says over-under for the next sexual harassment suit once Urban Meyer gets hired. But you know what's funny about that, though, Freddie, is because I heard Michigan fans talking about Urban Meyer and say, yeah, we got some stuff going on, but it's nowhere near what's going on down the road. But when you boil it down in the eyes of the NCAA, believe it or not, it's worse.
Yeah.
By the letter of the law, it's worse.
All he did was shuck some peas on the phone,
Which is not an NCAA violation.
It's not an NCAA violation.
Let alone multiple NCAA violations.
Yeah, just a bad PR look, just a stupid,
really bad,
idiotic decision. Dude's choking the goose on the phone, like
waxing the dolphin.
Waxing the dolphin, just not a great idea.
Yes. Kalamazoo, they were talking about JJ on the broadcast last week and said he'll be a better NFL quarterback than a college quarterback because of the system.
I would agree with that. I like JJ as a prospect. I think he's got a lot of talent.
You taking him #1 overall?
No, fuck no. What? No. I'd take him in the first round, but not #1 overall.
I got to see more from him in big moments. But, I mean, Ohio State lost to Michigan, but it was because of Michigan's ground attack. Like, it wasn't off the arm of J.J. McCarthy. So if there's a situation where J.J. McCarthy doesn't have, like, upper echelon NFL talent around him and he's going to like a team that does, like, I could see J.J. McCarthy crumbling.
Well, I mean, my opinion on it has been consistent, right? Like, Couple turnovers at Michigan State, they lose. Couple pick sixes against TCU, they lose. Like, your quarterback has to play good for you to win.
Mm-hmm. And it's like
it's a non-negotiable.
You could say it's only 2 games, but then again, like, who else are they playing? Through the Big Ten. Look at where we're at right now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're going to have great stats and stuff, but when you're tested, big lights are on, that's when I think a prospect is what you truly see in those games. Shout out C.J. Stroud, even though I ignored it. One of those things.
Yeah. You were a C.J. Stroud hater.
Hey, can we put a poll up real quick?
Yeah.
I just got something to ask some Michigan fans as we go into Michigan State week, and we can let it run through the break. Is Harbaugh the coach at Michigan next year? No. Yes or no?
Oh, shit, my bad. Yeah, all right. I was typing on something else.
Will BMG give more than 50% on Monday? Yes or no? Maybe. Possibly.
55%.
55%.
He gets to rest up over the weekend.
Yes. But, you know, people are talking about it, about the J.J. McCarthy thing. What do you think, Lucas? He the coach of Michigan next year?
Harbaugh, I don't think so, just because, like, you can obviously tell, like, the NCAA is just on Michigan's ass right now. Why would you want that? There's going to be guys calling from the NFL for multiple spots. He's won at the NFL level.
He's going to go to the Bears.
I mean, it makes sense for him, just the fact that he went there, but I don't know what.
Then he's going to draft.
I wouldn't leave Michigan to go to Chicago. No way in hell I'm doing that.
He'll go to the Bears and he'll take Caleb Williams first.
Caleb Williams doesn't want to go there.
Yeah.
Don't want to go. That's not on his list.
Maybe if they got Jim.
That's not on the list that he wants to be drafted to and then have some stake in that organization.
Well, they could take Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison if they wanted to.
They could.
Right?
Yes, they very well could.
Yeah. But anyway, hey,
What
Woodward.
an L for the Panthers.
What's that?
What an L for the Panthers.
Taking Bryce Young, too.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have done the same thing. I would have been wrong, but I would have done the same thing if I were them.
Well, you know what I would do on Sunday mornings? I would start with Woodward and Maine, the Detroit Lions Insider Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Our own Gabby D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and the legend Terry Foster will take you through and get you ready for the Lions game on Sunday. They are your first stop on the NFL Sunday. As I said before, we're doing it better than anybody. Your NFL Lions game day starts and ends with Woodward Sports Network. Make sure you subscribe to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Lucas, what about Lady Jane's?
Oh, Lady Jane's. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tourney. That's right, no expense spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What about Feldman?
Feldman Chevrolet, over 18 locations. There's a Feldman Chevrolet dealership or a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you since 1996. Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Other dealerships are only going to go 50% of you. There's going to be some Mike Gentry salesman over there that's only going to do 50% of his job. At Feldman Chevrolet, they're going all the way, 100%. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi coming up this Monday.
By now you know me, Christina Schnurry, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That is exactly what Mark White & Associates offers. It's called the Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement by Mark White & Associates. Looking to buy or sell real estate, visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Final segment of the show on a Friday. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Rhul with Lukas Klotz, who's in for Lindsey Hunter, who was in for Darren McCarty originally. We have Spencer Raxter here in the building, 50% of BMG, Big Mike Gentry. He's getting ready for the weekend. JB Smoove is out here as well. And we asked the question on the WoodwardSports.com chat poll, is Jim Harbaugh the coach at Michigan next year? 67% of you say yes. But the overriding question in the chat, what would the vacancies look like? And I would imagine if the Chargers don't get in the playoffs, that'll be a vacancy.
No, the people that are just saying Ben Johnson's gone, they have Kellen Moore. The second Brandon Staley's gone, Kellen Moore is going to be their head coach.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man.
You don't just bring in they hired Kellen Moore the day he got fired from Dallas.
I don't know about that, man.
I think it's going to be kind of what they're doing in Washington with Ron
Rivera.
He'd
make a great OC for Ben Johnson, right?
No. Kellen Moore, he's a great football mind. He's going to be a head coach in the NFL, and if you put him with Justin Herbert, that's a hell of a lot better than Brandon Staley with Justin Herbert.
People are just assuming the Bears will have a vacancy. That certainly could be the case.
Yeah, Eberflus is gone.
Toledo man, Matt Eberflus.
On brand.
You claiming that?
On brand for Toledo guy.
Whitmer High School, shout out.
You claiming that?
I don't know. Some days I do, some days I don't. Today I don't think I'm going to.
All right, that's fair.
Will the Denver Broncos have an opening?
No.
I don't think so either.
They traded. You know what? That makes me respect Drew Brees even more, though.
I don't know if you caught that segment where I was talking about it. When we did a rest in peace, I said rest in peace to Sean Payton being a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Yeah.
He was just a coach of a team that happened to win a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Brett Favre, probably the worst playoff turnover I've ever seen in my life outside of Russell Wilson in the Super Bowl throwing across his body like that.
You mean the guy who's thrown more interceptions than anyone that's ever walked the face of the earth before?
And anyone that ever will.
That has the most unbreakable record in sports, Brett Favre.
Does.
331 interceptions. You got to throw 33 a year for 10 years to tie that record.
He's scamming on the field and off the field.
Yeah, that's
literally.
True. He's a scumbag, dude.
He is an absolute scumbag.
Southern Miss finest.
Yeah.
Fuck Brett Favre.
100%, man. All the way. All the way. Titans going to have an opening?
No, Vrabel's solid. Yeah. They're going to get rid of Tannehill first, and then if they still can't win without Tannehill.
But the one I'm thinking about is like the one that it's not necessarily just the coach. It's
McCarthy,
like
Cowboys might have an opening.
Yeah.
It's like a mutual thing.
Yeah.
Where the coach is like, F this, man. I'm out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cowboys should have an opening because McCarthy's dog water.
Doug McDermott, I'm telling you, it might not be this season, but he's going to be on the hot seat eventually if they don't start winning a ring.
Yeah. Like, at what point, you know?
I'm sure
point?
Salah's got another year. He bought himself a year.
Yeah, for sure.
He's got another year.
Salah's not going anywhere.
Yeah, who else? NFC South. Reich's got there another year. Arthur Smith just got there. Dennis Allen could be. He looks mid as hell as a head coach. He's a great defensive coordinator, but I think he's one of those guys, he ain't winning you a Super Bowl.
Maybe a Bill Belichick retirement.
Yeah, I could see. I was saying that I think if Belichick's gone, that's where Ben Johnson's going.
Why would he want to go with Mac Jones?
Mac Jones isn't going to be
they're
there.
going to draft Michael Penix or something.
They can draft whoever they want, and they can just they have been so abysmal on offense.
Yeah.
And they're saying, Ben, we're giving you the keys to the most historic NFL franchise in history.
John Miller
in
says,
my opinion.
John Miller says Brian Daboll gone. You don't. No. Even the Giants wouldn't do that.
Daboll's not gone yet.
Not yet. Now maybe if they're 1-5 next year.
He's on the hot seat for sure.
Yeah. 1-5 next year.
He's one that might just want to get out of there, like you said, Neal. He has not been happy 1 week on that sideline. He's been throwing play sheets. He's been cussing out Daniel Jones, and even this week he was cussing out Tyrod Taylor.
All right, well, I think we've done all the damage that we can do. Enjoy the football this weekend, everybody. Tap in Detroit City FC Soccer as well Saturday night. Michigan State, Lions, Ravens. Don't forget, we are your home for everything football here on the Woodward Sports Network. Big shout out, Lukas Klotz. Thanks for running through. Appreciate it, brother.
Good doing business.
Absolutely. You as well. Spenmo Raxter, Gentry, I'll give you half a thank you as well. And, of course, JB Smoove as well. All right, everybody. Ermanni and Edwards. I'm sure they'll reconfigure everything, have everything humming for you coming up.
Got to get back to the studio.
Yeah, everyone, get your shit, get out of here.
Pack everything up and get it in.
Big shout out to people at Dispo Romeo people, man. They are the best.
Yeah,
they are the best to work with. We love coming out here. And, again, thank you. Thank you, Dispo Romeo, for everything. Well, see you later.